everyone, today we're going to learn about probability. We're going to talk about just the normal day-to-day life of possibilities of like when we will encounter probability. So here on my board, I have the formula for probability. We have PA equals, my apologies, number of times A occurs over total number of possible outcomes. So to define probability is a way of measuring how likely something is to happen. So in our day-to-day lives, we have the flip of the coin. Will we pick a red sock, maybe a green sock out of our drawer? Will we grab a nice water bottle out of our fridge, or will we grab a soda that day? Today we're just going to practice that, get familiar with the types of probability we encounter throughout our lives, and just figure out how to write the fraction of probability. So as a class, we're going to first think about a coin. When we have a coin, we have two sides. We have heads and we have tails. So the first side, second side. If I ask in my class, right, hey, what do you guys think when I flip a coin? Will I get heads or tails? You might choose heads. So the way we could write this formula for flipping a coin would be, we have, let's say for heads, for the example, we have heads here. There's only one chance we'll get heads because there's two chances. So the number of times A can occur would be one time over the two different chances. So this would be our fraction, this would be our decimal, would be what this is called. And then down here, this is your total outcome. So let me write that because I do think that is an important thing to remember. So let me write. So this would be favorable. And then, what was it I said? Total. And then, so here's that. So let's practice doing a dice. A dice, right? We have one. Let's try to draw us a quick dice, right? But we all know, well, for this example, our most common dice would be a 6-side dice, right? So out of this dice, there are 6 sides. Okay? Now, let's say I ask you, what is the probability of us rolling a 4? If we grab that dice and we roll it, who in this classroom is going to get a 4? Are we all going to get a 4? Let's just say I, the teacher, Miss Bailey, roll the dice and I get a 4. So out of this dice, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we can see, 4 is only on here one time. So we will put 1 on top, and underneath we would put 6. And then of course you can also do the decimal if you would like, or 0.16, right? So 1 is our favorable, and 6 is our total, right? And that is what we got. So now as a class, I'm gonna have you guys grab your worksheets out, and we are going to silently try to see if we can do our own probability on our own. And as you guys are doing that, I will write the questions you guys have on your worksheet on here so we can practice together in a few minutes and see where you guys are at. Sheet, and we took this time to find our favorable and our total. Our favorable, right? So it says what a bag of has 4 green marbles and 1 yellow marble. What is the probability of pulling out 1 yellow marble? So we only have 1 yellow anyways, and chance of 1 yellow. So of course our favorable will be 1 over, and so we have 1 yellow and 4 green. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1 over 5 for our fraction. And this is what our probability of getting 1 yellow marble out of our bag would be. The next question is it most likely to pull a yellow or a green? So let's do that right here. Right, so we know for a yellow, the probability is 1 over 5. But for a green, we would do the favorable would be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we would have it over the same number, which is 5. And as we can see, right, I would assume, right, when we gather that 4 over 5 is more probable than 1 over 5. So we would say green is more probable, right? So here's this. Now I will be back in 1 second to give us some more space because it looks like I filled this. And we're going to come back to do the second question I had on your guys' worksheet that you guys did independently. Up here it says, imagine you're getting dressed in the morning and you reach into your drawer without looking. You have 3 red socks and 2 blue socks. What are the chances you pull out a red sock? So let's do a little visual real quick. And let's pretend we have a drawer and some socks. Let's see, we have 3 red and 2 blue. So let's go ahead and fill these in real quick. Here's our blue sock and our red sock. And as this question says, what are the chances we pull out a red sock, right? So first, right, we need our fraction line. And what is our favorable? So we have red socks. Our favorable is 1, 2, 3. And our over total, right? So our total would be 3, 4, 5. So our fraction would be 3 over 5. That is our probability, our chances of pulling out a red sock out of our drawer early in that morning. Let's just go over one more probability question together real quick, and let's find the probability of finding these blue socks, just so we can see how, if we've figured this out, right? So again, we need our favorable, and this is going to be our blue socks, and then our total. So easily, we already know our total is 5 in that drawer. So favorable would be 1, 2 socks. All right. So of course, this is how I am finishing this page, right? We're probably doing our fractions. We can always go deeper in and do 2 divided by 5, find the percent. And that also will be a wonderful answer to give. Of course, 3 over 5. But this is our lesson today over probability. I hope you guys learned. You guys were able to enjoy the lesson, was able to take the time to, see these examples and think about them in your life. You picking out your socks in the morning, you flipping a coin. We even had the grabbing a marble out of a jar. Getting an M&M out of a candy bag. Picking your favorite color M&M or your favorite Skittle. This is something that we are encountering every day. No matter what we're doing, there's always a chance There's always a probability. So I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Thank you so much. Bye.